G'day, I'm Nick. This is Terry, not Terry. I must have got mixed up with the suite of hats in the back seat of Steph's Ranger. Mel Mottram from the Feedworks conference. Boom, big plug there. Imagine how much business that's going to drive you, Mel. Yeah, look, thanks for the quick troubleshooting last night to help connect me back to Steph, and hence me being here today without a $200 cab charge at the end of the day. All right, now I've got to fix up this intro. Just hang on a sec. Where was I? This is Terry, and welcome to Bushwalking
Queensland. Apologies for the poor overdub. Get Terry absolves himself from offending any banana benders for forgetting where he was.
So, here today at Mt Tibrogargan. So, the Glasshouse Mountains, what are they all about? They're basically like columns, pillars that rise up out of the landscape in many varied shapes and forms. My God, I'm getting eaten alive out here because critically, I've left the aeroguard at home. Of all the bits and bobs outside of the camera equipment that I wouldn't want to leave at home, it is definitely the aeroguard, because mozzies are like sparrows here in the Queensland bush, and they are voracious for a feed, and my skin is telling me all about that because I feel like I've got chicken pox right now. The land mass many millions of years ago used to be much, much higher than what it is today, talking in a couple of 100 metres terms. And there were lots of vents and fissures throughout here. And within those vents, magma, hot lava, solidified within the shape of the vent. So some vents like this, some vents like that, some vents like that. Similar shape to Tibrogargan, which we're going to have a crack at ascenting today with all the camera kit on board. So I'm a little bit nervous about that because it's meant to be a bit of a rock scramble. Bala, just your sort of territory. So this magma rises up into the vents, and then over the eon of time, talking hundreds of millions of years here, the soil layers have eroded away, worn down and down and down, and basically the magma lava which had solidified within these vents has been a tougher crust than the soil surrounding it, a tougher type of rock withstanding the erosion, and as the soil has dropped away, we've been left with this rock hard magma which forms the shapes left by the Glasshouse Mountains that you see today. Let's get Terry and get outdoors. Well, we're already outdoors, but get going into the outdoors. Let's go. Ow! God damn it, mozzies! Wandilagong, Manangatang, Colbanaban, Tibrogargan, Coonarin. Just need to brush up on local dialect and legend, because off the top of my head I can't explain what Coonarin's up to over here in relation to Tibrogargan. But Tibrogargan is the dad, Coonarin is the son. He did something wrong, and now Tibrogargan, the dad, is looking out to sea. That's how that story rolls roughly, and there's a mum out there as well. I forget what her name is. Gonna have a crack now at climbing Mt Tibrogargan. Wear a climbing helmet with chin strap. Terry, near enough is good enough. Let's go. Route very challenging, people die, seriously injured, wear helmet. Do not climb in wet, misty conditions, rocks slippery, rocks falling on faces as other people climb ahead of you. Getting a little sense here from the frequency of the danger signs that
it's time to put the tripod and the camera away. This is an awkward position to talk from, and break out the GoPro. Oh my God, I'm knackered. We must be close to the top now, are we? Is that the top just over that ridge there? Or? Well, if you do decide to keep going on, I was thinking I'd love a camera shot from behind myself with the rocks sort of tumbling down around the camera. Do you reckon you guys might be able to?
Kick a few rocks down.
Well, talked to some interesting people on the trail so far. Koreans, Japanese, a Danish fella. Whew, he was a hardcore Dane. Picked him as an Irishman to begin with. I don't think he liked that. Not sure why. But he was showing me some video footage of the ascent up the other side of Mt Tibrogargan, where the caves are. He said, it doesn't look that dangerous here, me lad, but if I drop off, it's a 300-metre straight drop. And I thought, maybe that's not for me today or any day. So this is Chicken Rock, and aptly named Chicken Rock because of the steepness of its sides and the fact that many a person gets tested out for courage as to whether they continue with the trek or not. And that's the point I find myself at now. What I can advise as you're coming up this ascent here of Chicken Rock is keep leaning forward. Just don't reach for the wallet in the back pocket. That could get you into, can't speak properly. That could get you into a spot of bother. It's a mesmerising view up here. You always get that explorer's mindset when you come to a place like this. Well, I think it's pretty common to most people. What's over that peak, or up that road, or in that pine plantation, or that bit of state forest over there, or that ridgeline over there? What would the view look like from Mount Biwa? No, shut up, brain. Just make do with what you got already and stay focused on the task at hand. To think once upon a time this used to be the duct of a volcano. Amazing. Help clean me up here, Tez. Nice work. This is what we got ahead of ourselves. I've got a sneaking little suspicion this might be the tail of the climb. Looking forward to getting on top. Sensational. It's like something out of a Where's Wally book, or Sim City being up here. The elevation we do have is more pronounced by the landscape around it, so quite flat all the way out to the sea and Moreton Island on the horizon, and you've got this 3/4 downward angle on the landscape about that gives you a real looking in over the neighbour's fence type perspective on things. If I was living in this house just down here, there ain't no way you'd find me out in the birthday suit working up a full body tan at that place. Quite a unusual landscape. You've got some sort of tree plantation right here in the foreground, big heart-shaped dam, railway line crossing beneath that, this orange dirt of an excavation seen beside the highway. Beyond that, a big deep sunk quarry hole where it looks like they're mining for rock and gravel, judging by the scenery at the back of the hole. Then you have tree plantations intermingled with water courses and state forests. Beyond that, it looks like swampy sort of land, a few more lakes and marshes opening up, the ocean, and over here to the right you can actually see sand dunes spreading up off the beach of Moreton Island. It's a back-to-back 10 out of 10 Terry situation. Did the Wonderland loop there about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Spectacular for different reasons to this one. Cumulonimbus cloud in the sky, casting shadows down on the river system, forests and agricultural land below. Whew. Couldn't have picked a better one than this. Love it. Damn, that's a tight crutch.